Hi everybody, welcome to another foil review. Today we're going to review the Levitaz's aspect foil. The Levitaz aspect is a free raise foil, which means it has a very high aspect ratio front wing. This actually used to be Levitaz's race wing, and it still features the free ride rear wing to make it a little bit easier to ride. Again, it has the Levitaz construction, which has all carbon wings and masts, and a stainless steel fuselage that goes through the bottom of the mast into the front wing section and is secured by a steel plate by 4 screws. 2 screws for the front wing, 2 screws for the mast, and then you have your 2 screws to the rear wing. It's all M6 hardware, so you really only need 1 tool to put the foil together. What you also get is a nice little carry bag. It has a nice little section on the side here where you can put the fuselage in so it doesn't rub up against the carbon parts. Internally you have different sections for the mast and the wings. And what is great from Levitaz is that they supply you with all the tools, and also obviously something really important, this here. This is zinc paste from Loctite. This will prevent your screws from getting loose and also from the metal parts reacting with each other. It's really important that you put it on. Another great thing that you get, which a lot of other brands can learn from, is comprehensive instructions. You get a little quick guide here, how to put it all together, etc., etc. Yep, which is nice. This is typically what you get with any other brand. However, they give you a nice comprehensive instruction guide with everything you need in here. They even give you a little section for your barcodes that you can take off your foil, so for warranty purposes, so you always have those, or if the foil gets stolen. And then full instructions, how to put everything together again, where it needs to go on the board, which is very, very nice. Okay, so it's probably one of the best instruction sets you can get with any foil. Try to get a hold of these if you are just getting into foiling. It'll explain a lot. Let's get into some specs. Okay, weight-wise, it's fairly heavy. Again, this comes from the stainless steel fuselage. The foil weighs 3.5 kilograms. Okay, a lot of that weight comes from having a fully solid stainless steel fuselage. The great part of this is it's super stiff and super robust. You will not damage this very easily. Another cool thing is that you don't have to worry about galvanic corrosion. With the screws, stainless steel screws going to a stainless steel fuselage, you don't have a galvanic corrosion problem. Like I said, the zinc paste is mainly there to make sure that your screws stay secure. So let's talk ride characteristics. So if you want to go fast, this is the foil you want from Levitaz. It's not quite a full-on race foil anymore. That is what the Bionic is for. The Bionic has a much smaller rear wing, a little bit longer fuselage, and essentially lets you go faster. However, it's a lot more unstable and it's harder to ride. What the Aspect is good at, it gives you quite a lot of speed potential with rideability. So you can still free ride with this. I love this foil for jumping because of the extra speed, you can get extra height. It's also fairly easy to land. You do, however, need to be a bit careful landing it hard with the high aspect wings. If you get a really bad landing, you can snap a wing like this. But if you are just getting into racing, trying to learn your tacks and jibes, learning on the aspect is a lot easier than learning it on the new Bionic. The general construction is the same as the other foils. You have the same mast, you have the same rear wing. The mast being relatively soft for a carbon mast will limit your speed somewhat, because as you reach speeds over 20 knots, 25 knots, you will get a bit of movement in there, which will mean you'll get a bit more uncomfortable. Again, it's not a race foil, so that's okay. It's still considered like a free ride type foil, so yeah, please be aware of that if you do get one of these. Ride characteristics are really good. It is actually a very, very pitch stable foil. It's very easy to do tricks like rodeos, Supermans, and so on, where you're sitting on the board and you're relying on the pitch stability of the foil. It's very easy to do those tricks on this foil, which you wouldn't really expect from a race foil. But again, that bigger rear wing, the free ride rear wing, keeps the foil quite stable. And the very large span of the wing also keeps it very roll stable. It obviously does not have a very tight radius turn. You need to do your turns in a fairly large radius. The lift of this wing is quite great. It still gets going quite early, not quite as early as the Cruiser, but definitely it will get you going a little bit better than the Element, in my opinion, as it stabilizes at a much lower speed. Also, the roll stability at slower speeds is a lot better than the Elements, for example. Tacking it is pretty easy. It's not the easiest free race foil that I've ridden for tacking, as it needs a little bit more speed into the tack to carry through easier, but it is still easily manageable to learn all your maneuvers on it. If you are used to riding other foils, you will have to get used to the fact that the geometry or the sort of the pitch feeling on the Levitaz foils is slightly more neutral than you're used to, and you might want to set the foil slightly more forward than recommended if you want a bit more front foot pressure. The build quality of the Levitaz foils, it's okay. As with any carbon manufacturer, you will get small dents, pinholes here and there on it, but otherwise the finish is super glossy, super nice. There's one thing which I don't quite like, is that the logo is fairly big. It extends past the 50% mark on the foil, and as it gets older, the sticker or the paint, whatever it is, it starts getting brittle, cracking, and it starts peeling off, and then you will start getting ventilation problems, obviously, because you have a piece of sticker or piece of paint peeling off your mast. It's easily solvable. You just need to sand that part that's sort of broken away flat again, and then the mast will work fine again. If you want to get into racing and you need a foil that bridges the gap between sort of free ride and racing, the Aspect is perfect for you. It has a great speed potential, quite low stall speed, is quite easy to learn the maneuvers on, and really is only limited by its speed by the softness of the mast. Another great thing about Levitaz is they have a really, really good service department. We actually had a small issue with the first mast they sent us, and within 4 or 5 days they replaced that and got us back on the water so we could finish these tests. So I hope this video helped you decide if you want to buy a Levitaz Aspect or not. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to be notified of any new posts, click on the little bell, the notification icon, so that you will get an email every time we post a video. All right, thanks for watching. Have fun on the water. Rock on.